Since the phone call that I had, I have not really had any meaningful communication with this company. Something happened in their side, or I guess, that either turned them off to us or made them more interested in their current partner, or maybe they found another partner that they're interested in, but I'm completely dark on this contact. So the strategy is just to continue to offer services and offer value to these guys. Hey, we've done a lot of holiday planning meetings. This is an email over the last few weeks. Excited about a few specific tactics we're planning to use. Let me know if you want to hear about them. And then an attachment with some detail on them. Then I said, I had actually heard from a colleague that this company is making a major push in retail. So I did a little LinkedIn direct message. So I sent them a LinkedIn DM, which is one of my favorite things to do. I know that they see it because there's a little icon in the bottom to show you if they've seen your message, A. B, it's way more conversational and personal, way less formal than an email. So basically like, hey, I heard you guys raised some money to increase your retail presence, any truth to that type of thing, just trying to keep the conversation going. And then the last message I sent was like, hey, I wanted to talk to you about a YouTube strategy. Here's a couple companies I know for a fact are smashing on YouTube. And here's the videos that they have. Here's a few other companies that are making videos right now, new fancy hero videos right now to do the same thing. We'd love to audit your YouTube strategy and see if we can help. Let me know. That was the last message that I sent. Haven't heard back yet, but I'm going to basically just continue to send value to these guys, and I'm sure that the door will open once again and get us an opportunity. But no real fancy update yet. So the guys are in town, my contacts. I'm going over to the beach to go meet with them and have a little happy hour situation, which is great. They just happen to be in San Diego. I saw on their social, I hit them up. Hey, what's going on? I didn't know you were in town. Let's do this. So I reached out. Now we got a happy hour going. I'm on my way over there right now, and I'm really just gonna try and have a non-business conversation with this person, get the relationship deeper, and see if that'll get us over the hump, because I'm doing everything I can in terms of adding value. Yesterday, I sent a message via LinkedIn's direct message, basically just saying, hey, hope the year ended well. This is our year to work together. Let's start an audit. Let's get it going. I didn't get a reply to that, which is unfortunate. Usually LinkedIn messaging is video messaging is my jam, but no reply. But now we're connecting, so it should be a successful adventure and help get us to the next step. This meeting is not with the decision maker. This is with my champion within, so that's gonna help us move things along, I'm sure. Anyway, here we go. So we got an email saying that they're not interested in making a change in their marketing team agency right now, which isn't great news. I mean, I thought we were moving in the right direction, but I'd reached out to their CMO a few times and got no reply, which is never a good sign. We talk about keeping tension in deals that you're trying to get done. If you don't have tension, then nothing's gonna happen, because there's no feeling, there's no emotion, there's no impulse, there's no reaction. Why are you gonna react to something that you don't have an opinion about, right? Once somebody's fired, you don't have an opinion about them and there's no tension. Once they're hired, there's no tension either, because you're working with them. But in the middle, in the sales process, there needs to be some tension. And things got a little slow. I started to not get replies. There wasn't enough tension. And I didn't do a good enough job of creating that tension again through better information that they could use to their advantage, unique ideas that make them think a different way. I tried, but reflecting back, I think I could have done better. Obviously, I could have done better because we didn't sign the account. So trying to reframe what they're doing and make them think that what they're doing is not that great or could be better was the job at hand, and clearly I had failed on it. I had it close for a minute there, and then something happened. And that's sales. We're not in control of every step of the process. We have absolutely no idea all the different things in play that could potentially sour a deal. That's why you can't go in thinking that you're gonna get it. But if you think you're not gonna get it, you're not really disappointed, just like I'm not really disappointed here. It's just, it is unfortunate that I didn't do as good of a job as I should have to make sure the deal happened. We had a moment a few months ago where we had a real shot, and something happened back then that kind of slowed down the momentum, soured the deal, and it didn't end up working out. I know they brought in a new VP of marketing, and that person, this was about maybe a month ago now, and it's really hard for me to believe they were going to make a change right after that person was hired. I mean, they have to get their head above water and like get their arms around what's going on before they even think about a change, unless they've got a company they really prefer and they want to go with, which could have happened too. I don't know. Either way, this deal is officially dead for at least 6 months or a year, no doubt in my mind. So I'm going to publish this one and try and reflect back a little bit on some lessons that I learned. But the main one is keeping the tension in your sales process, keeping valuable information, trying to create a little bit of doubt, send them information that makes them say, that's interesting, tell me more. And if it's my fault for not doing that good enough because we didn't sign the account. So I'm going to close the book on this one. If something happens here in the next year or something, I'll open it back up. But for now, this is a dead deal. This deal has come back around, oddly enough. It has a new form, shape than I was anticipating, but the contact that I'd been communicating with about 8 months, maybe a year after the progress fell through completely, and I'd kind of gone a little too hard on communication and generally ran the deal into the ground. The CMO had resigned, or there was some sort of exit, and started his own company and multiple investments, in fact, leveraging relationships and obviously his financial position to get himself in another marketing role with other brands, and reached out to me and said, hey, you know, you were so persistent in our last communication. I wanted to work with you then, I couldn't get it pushed through, but I'd like you to work on these projects now, or at least one to start of these projects. And that opened the door back up to us potentially working together, which was a happy ending to this kind of situation. I think there were lessons learned in terms of managing the amount of communication and outreach, spacing it out a little more so as not to annoy or be overly professionally persistent. But that professional persistence did work. I mean, they reached out specifically because he was impressed with my not only desire to work with him, but also the confidence that we showed in our capabilities. So that might be a little lesson, is the patience, you know, if you're sticking in an industry long term, establishing yourself as somebody who's supremely confident and capable. People can come back around even if that particular deal doesn't work out. You know, life is long, and if your career is 20 or 30 years, there's plenty of time to work with people that, you know, you establish a connection with. So that's what happened in this particular situation, and now we're happily in the direction of signing on a new client and working with them at that capacity. So who knows, maybe the other one will come back around. But that was an interesting end to a long story, and I'm going to close this one out now as a success in a unique shape or form that maybe wasn't expected. So stay persistent, make good impressions, and you know, it may end up coming back around for you.